Alright, let's talk about why Kristi Noem's an idiot. Alright, what do we have here? We got Kristi Noem yet again being stupid, but this time she wants to try to terminate Harvard's student and exchange visitor programs. Oh boy. So Kristi Noem ordered DHS, of which she is the head of, to terminate Harvard's student exchange visitor program, which means Harvard can no longer enroll foreign students, and existing foreign students must transfer or lose their legal status. Sure, man. Doesn't Harvard make a lot of money from foreign students because they have to pay full price, right? About 6,800 international students attend Harvard this year, or roughly 27% of the student body. Goddamn. And here's the thing, it's not just like fucking brown people, of which, the Trump administration needs to have like complete like schizo conniptions about. I believe the Queen of Belgium, the coming up Queen of Belgium. Yeah, there's a lot of Europeans. It's mostly Europeans, right? Like the Queen of Belgium is at Harvard. It's really funny. So, wait, hold on, wait. Maybe we should stop this, Christy. We're going after beautiful European people. We love the Europeans, don't we, folks? But whatever. According to university enrollment data, that was up from 19.7%. Damn! Up 7.3%. The move is likely to have a significant effect on the university's bottom line. I already talked about how much I do not like the fact that fucking universities need to have, like, bottom lines for whatever fucking bumblefuck stupid reasons. They all have to be, like, for-profit fucking ventures. Thank you, Ronald Reagan, for that, you fucking bastard. So, that's cool. Tuition at Harvard is about 60 grand for the school year that begins later this year, and costs nearly rise to 87 grand when room and board are included. Damn, that's a lot of moolah. But what do we got here, right? What does Kristi Noem have to say for herself? Obviously, like, we know why this is happening. It's because Harvard's like trying to stand up, because they have like a huge endowment. They're trying to stand up to the fact that to Donald Trump's fucking bullshit, right? Harvard stands up to Trump, basically. What are they trying to do? They're trying to what was the original thing that Harvard said? Right? They're basically just pushing back against the Trump administration's bullshit when he's like trying to deport everyone. We're deporting everyone, folks. That's like basically the main thing. Oh, they want to. Okay. Here's what it is, right? In April, Harvard University became the most prominent institution to push back, announcing it would sue the Trump administration after it sent the school a list of lengthy demands. The White House later said the list was sent by mistake. Sure. It has demanded Harvard change its hiring, admissions, and teaching practices to help fight anti-Semitism on campus. Were the campus fucking protests even that big on Harvard? They obviously had some. Were they that big as in comparison to what, Columbia University or the University of New York or anything? Were they as big? They had them, no doubt. But were they as significant as those? I'm just curious. I don't think they were. Not that they didn't have any, right? But whatever. As threatened to revoke the university's tax-exempt status and freeze billions of dollars in government grants. Harvard earlier this year said it has taken many steps to address anti-Semitism, of which there was probably hardly any, but whatever. I'm not sure, wouldn't surprise me if they were huge, but Columbia has a larger student body. Gotcha. Thank you, Boyman Spinney. Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. But again, like, they're going after the funding to try to make Harvard capitulate. That's the point of this, right? So, standard shit like this. Again, was there any evidence of anti-Semitism in the fucking goddamn student protest? Maybe like one or two incidents happened, but broadly speaking, the campus protests, there was just like none. And guess what? They were mostly made up of fucking Jewish students. But do these fucking Gentiles, these fucking non-Jews left to get in the way constantly of I don't know the desires of what Jewish students want all the fucking time. It's really strange why Zionists love to do that. Zionists and evangelicals love doing that all the time. But and the government demands were an effort to regulate the university's intellectual conditions. Yes, which some fucking university administrations probably capitulated to because they're cowards. It continued to escalate. I just mostly wanted to say, like, what the thing is. This is mostly what I cared about here. Okay, cool. So, yeah, they basically had, the Trump administration gave them a list of demands. Harvard said, like, lol, no, get bent, fuck you, and are threatening to sue as a result of that. I think that's pretty much about it. Lovely, cool. But what do you got to say, Kristi? You're an idiot, so I don't know. Maybe she's gonna try to like sic habeas corpus on Harvard or something, like a dog or some shit. I don't know. Silly.
Could you foresee, or are you now considering similar moves with other universities like Columbia that has allowed Jewish students to be threatened and made unsafe?
Absolutely.
No evidence of this whatsoever, of course, but again, like, these dumbasses don't like to understand that, hey, you want to know who are the main people that were causing, like, violent threats, generally speaking, during the fucking campus student protests? Oh, it was when the fucking administrators called in the fucking cops when there was any instances of fucking violence. Otherwise, the fucking protests themselves were peaceful. Every fucking time. But, do any of these fucking dipshits care about any of that stuff? No. They hate you. They hate you. That hate you. And also, like, there were tons of videos of, like, Zionist fucking agitators who were the main people that were causing, problems for the student fucking protests. So, if these people actually cared about, anti-Semitism, maybe they would take a look at the Zionist agitators who were constantly, colluding with the fucking cops in order to try to shut down these protests. The First Amendment rights of these students. But do any of these people care about any of that stuff? No, they don't give a shit about any of that. It's all just a cudgel for these fucking ghouls to fucking wield as a way to batter down on free speech rights because they don't care about free speech rights.
We are absolutely, this should be a warning to every other university to get your act together. Get your act together, because we are coming to make sure that these programs, that you are facilitating an environment where students can learn, where they're safe, and that they're not discriminated against.
Dude, fucking administrations are the reason why there's danger, dude. Not the students doing fucking drum circles. Like, do we need to look at, like, the fucking drum circles, the examples of what the students are doing? What? Footage of student protests at Columbia University. What do we need to look at some examples? Oh, didn't they recently go back into like a library, I guess? That's them taking over the fucking library. I just want like footage of the protests themselves. We got anything about that? We got any videos of that? Or is it just gonna be like just complete nonsense and dreck? Student journalists were last meeting on campus as police massed outside. Why don't we take a look at this video? Fuck it. Let's see how dangerous these protest sites were. How dangerous, huh?
We were all kind of thinking like, this is our moment, and it's like exciting but also terrifying.
Here's the police.
The newsroom is exhilarating. It's the fastest paced, most exciting space I've ever been in. Coffee and pajamas and sleeping bags and coffee, so much coffee.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, they're singing.
Thank you, guys.
So to have it all end in like this very dramatic way, and to watch a lot of the people we've been interviewing
Dude, why is there like an army of fucking goddamn cops going out to fucking stop some fucking drum circles, dude? That's fucking wild. Jesus Christ.
Interviewing over the weeks get brutally arrested was really, really difficult to watch, and we felt responsible that we can't do anything but document. I count day one as even before the encampment got set up. I count day one as like October 7th. It was something I had to cover as a journalist and something I had to grapple with as a Palestinian. It's really deeply emotional, and then at the same time, not being trusted to tell this story as a Palestinian. Walking into a room and immediately facing a charge of I'm biased because I'm Palestinian. There are moments where I throw up my hands and feel like none of this is worth it and I'm never going to make a difference.
Police clearly getting ready to go in. I've never seen this many police moving into one area. The only people who can be on.
Man, this really is not giving me any footage of like the inside. I want to look at like what's the going on is the fucking protest. But I guess like for whatever reason, I'm being shut down by the fucking CIA. That's cool. But yeah, what is there any evidence at all of like how fucking ridiculously dangerous these fucking protests are? No. Have there been a bunch of like Jewish students not being allowed to go through certain parts? Agitators, sure. Zionist agitators have not been allowed access to certain locations because they are agitators. People who have been working with the fucking police in order to be fucking annoying. So those guys weren't allowed to go anywhere. So that's fucking cool. But, you know, are any of these people ever going to be truthful? No.
These programs that you are facilitating an environment where this should be a warning to every other university to get your act together. Get your act together.
This thing refreshed. I don't know where my price was.
These programs that you are facilitating an environment where students can learn, where they're safe, and that they're not discriminated against based on their race or their religion. Anti-Semitism will not be stood for.
Except that was just not the case with these protests. There's just like zero evidence to suggest that there has been like a bunch of people that have been being discriminated against based on like their fucking religion. This is just a fucking lie that's been like cooked up by Zionists and their fucking apparatchiks within the Trump administration and mainstream fucking media to basically have like for lack of a better term, cops go in and beat the fuck out of the peaceful student protesters. Like there's just no evidence to suggest to this. And the only times when there have been violence, like I've mentioned earlier, there's like a Zateo article about this. The only times there has been any fucking violence that has been occurring is because when the police were called in by the administrations, because again, the administrators are the administrations of the universities are all run by like dumbass fucking like they don't give a fuck about like the success of the university. For them, it's all about making money first and foremost, off of like endowments or like whatever other fucking bullshit, like off of the prestige of the university. None of these people care about academic attainment. What do you think? What do you think? Like some dumbass like boardroom fucking dipshit cares about that? Where's like that article from Zateo actually? Zateo. Inside the student protests. Let's see. I forget the name of the person who made the article. No. Oh, I'm a Jewish student at... it's this one. Right here. Yeah, it's this one. I'm a Jewish student at Columbia. Mahmoud Khalil is one of the most upstanding people I have ever met. As a Jewish student at Columbia University, I was disgusted by the White House's cynical, smirking claim that is acting in the interests of Jewish safety in detaining my Palestinian comrade Mahmoud Khalil last weekend. Denounce... and I believe this was like... about 2 months ago, to announce Mahmoud's abduction. The White House push social media posts reading Shalom Mahmoud. The Christian fascists are gleefully, wickedly invoking the Hebrew goodbye as they terrorize us. Mahmoud is one of the most upstanding people I have ever met. So this is like one of the peak agitators in the mind of the fucking Trump administration. You know, Mahmoud Khalil. Something that stupid dumbass fucking loser Marco Rubio basically is trying to have him deported back to, I believe, Lebanon. I believe he's Lebanese Palestinian. I could be wrong on that one, but you know, that's pretty cool and stuff. That the cynical weaponization of, you know, Jewish greetings is being used by these fucking fascists. So that's cool. That's cool. People who would hate Jewish people, of course, but you know. Zionists love anti-Semites for the express purpose of pushing their ethno-nationalist and ethno-supremacist goals. You know. As Mahmoud told CNN last spring, I believe that the liberation of the Palestinian people and the Jewish people are intertwined and go hand in hand, or hand by hand, and you cannot achieve one without the other. Anyone who has met Mahmoud believes that the White House's smear campaign is just a shallow pretext to unleash state violence against student activists and further divide already traumatized communities. Who will be left to fight with us? DHS agents have been on campus, terrifying students. White House's brazen attack on pro-Palestinian speech in Colombia allowing and perhaps even working with ICE agents, so that's cool. As a Jewish are true threats to my safety as a Jewish Columbia student, as several Israeli Columbia students argued last month, weaponizing accusations of anti-Semitism to silence criticism of Israel not only undermines free speech but also fails to protect Jewish people. Yeah, because the most common fucking conflation, and this Zionists love this conflation. This is their favorite fucking rhetorical tactic. Okay, they love this one. Okay, their favorite one. They love to conflate Zionism with fucking Judaism all the fucking time. They love it. It's their favorite fucking thing on the planet. You know, they love the conflation because, you know, as I think even Theodore Herschel fucking wrote himself that it's like, or at least like acolytes of Theodore Herschel themselves fucking wrote. At least this is certainly weaponized by the by Israel. That the conflation of anti-Zionists with or not anti-Zionists, but with Judaism with Zionism, and the existence of anti-Semites is very, very good for Israel because, you know, it allows them to be able to further push the project of Zionism onto the Palestinians. And we all know what the project of Zionism, broadly speaking, is. It is an ethno-fucking supremacist goddamn project meant to ethnically cleanse the Palestinians and build a Jewish fucking ethno-state. That is the goal of Zionism. Never fucking conflate fucking Zionism with Judaism. That's exactly what them and their apparatchiks want. They are not one and the same. One is a fucking political ideology, while the other is it can vary from religious affiliation to a cultural affiliation. But you know, do Zionists care about any of that stuff? Nah, fuck that. They just want to silence people who don't like them. Let's be honest here. Indeed, stripping visas from student activists bears an ugly resemblance to the State Department's systematic exclusion of Holocaust refugees. Yeah, you remember when the United States of America did a lot of exclusions of Jews back in the 1930s? It's not a good look there. I mean, who's the real anti-Semites now? Arguably the worst instance of anti-Semitism in U.S. history, the recent campus crackdowns relies on a 1952 law whose purpose was widely understood at the time to target East European Holocaust survivors suspected of being Soviets. Wah, 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 wah. Wait, what happened? I thought we cared about Jews, guys. What's going on? Imagine having to use a fucking law that has to target my fucking people because they want to escape the shithole that is the Warsaw Pact. That's crazy, dude. Crazy. But, you know, this is not a system that promotes Jewish safety. which is why I continue to be appalled, if not surprised, by Jewish organizations' support for the Trump deportation machine. Looking at you, ADL, Jonathan Greenblatt, and fucking losers at the Stop Anti-Semitism and all these fucking similar apparatchiks. After years of doxing undergraduates, Zionist organizations are now distributing deportation target lists. Oh. Hey, I thought we cared about danger. A lot of these undergraduates are Jewish students. I wonder why Zionist organizations are doing that. I thought we cared about Jewish safety. What's going on? Within universities, some Jewish faculty and students are working to try to get Columbia students and professors who hold different political views deported, not unlike the donor influence campaign that precipitated violent policing last year. Perhaps these members of the tribe should reconsider collaborating with a regime that's rounding up minorities in camps. Yeah, because let's be honest here. Eventually, they're gonna come for you. It happens all the time. I've said this constantly before. History tends to, funny thing about history. It doesn't like to repeat itself. But it likes to rhyme. Very often. History loves to rhyme. That's one of history's favorite things to do. It loves rhyming. Once all the other marginalized people have been deported, who will be left to fight with us? The malicious conflation of anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism undermines the multiracial organizing that is required to sustain Jewish life in a multicultural democracy. ICE raids are terrorizing international students of all origins and faiths. Columbia students and workers are afraid to leave their homes because ICE agents have been spotted on and around camps. The university has made no effort to share basic know your rights information or establish protocols that will allow international students and workers to confidently shelter in their homes. While the university failed to protect us last week, fellow members of my union, Student Workers of Columbia, worked to create informational resources and push to cancel or hybridize classes so that students would not seek coming into contact with ICE, the modern-day Gestapo. Let's not forget, the university's response was to forbid faculty from moving classes online or canceling them. One can only hope that Columbia is not offering up dissident students to the fascists in order to protect its finances. You can only assume. So, hey, what happened? Like, what? Because we can only assume that Columbia University also wants to do that to their Jewish students who are anti-Zionist. What happened to fucking Jewish safety? What's up, Trump administration? What's happening? I thought you guys cared. That's cool. Oh, what else do we got?
And any participation with a country or an entity or a terrorist group that hates America and perpetuates this kind of violence.
Do you have any evidence that any of these student protesters are working with Iran or Hamas? I know that Netanyahu likes to say that all the time. I mean, he thinks like Free Palestine is like the modern I don't know, gas the Jews for some fucking reason, which is, like, insane. But, you know, that's Benjamin Netanyahu. Quick reminder, Benjamin Netanyahu is a Holocaust fucking revisionist who believes that Hitler gave the idea of the Holocaust, that Hitler got the idea to do the Holocaust from the Palestinian Grand Mufti when he visited Palestine in, I think, about the 30s or something, which is insane, but because there's just no evidence of that. But, you know, that's Holocaust revisionist Netanyahu. Let's not also mention how many Holocaust survivors are mostly in poverty and get bullied by Zionists all the time because they were the weak Jews who didn't survive. In poverty in Israel. Well, look at that. Approximately, this is by the AI overview. Actually, let's get the quick PBS article. 1/3 of Israeli Holocaust survivors live in poverty, advocates say. Well, what's going on here? Israel. Wait, Israel, I thought we cared about Jewish people. What's going on here? That's a little weird. How many people? Among Israel's estimated 165,000 survivors, roughly 1/3 lives in poverty, according to a survivors advocacy group. Those survivors receive government stipends. Many still depend on food donations organized by Israeli charities like Kristi Noem. Naomi? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Wait, Israel. Wait, I thought we cared, bro. What's going on? And what's happening? What happened? Israel, I thought we cared about Holocaust survivors. Ah, I guess they don't really. I thought with Zionists, I thought we give a shit about this stuff. Huh. Probably not.
We will stop it, and we will not allow that to happen, especially in places where our kids need to grow up and really learn what this country is about, what the world is about, and
yeah, except that's not the purpose of fucking education, you stupid fucking bitch. The purpose of education is to learn skills that are necessary for, well, survival. And, you know, not survival. I don't think that's correct to say. To learn necessary fucking goddamn skills in order to be able to perform in the job market, in the commodified world that we currently live in. That is quite literally the purpose of education. But, you know, it's all about, like, tomato, tomato, potato, potato. No, it's actually about making sure that these damned kids aren't anti-Semites, actually, guys. Yeah, sure, dude. Yep, I've heard they have to scav for food or depend on handouts, Sag. Yeah, wait, Israel, what happened? Wait, I thought we cared about the Holocaust, bros? I thought we cared about Jewish people. Well, you know. They don't give a fuck about any of this stuff. Nonsense.
what it means to promote freedom and liberty.
Yeah, that's not the purpose of fucking goddamn... What these student protesters are participating in is quite literally fucking freedom and liberty. Someone doesn't know about the First Amendment of the Constitution. I mean, this is the same stupid fucking bitch who was unable to define what fucking habeas corpus is. So, I'm not really... I'm genuinely quite unsurprised that she has no fucking idea, nor really cares about what the student protests or, like, how anything within the fucking Constitution works at all. So, you know, that's cool. But that's fucking Kristi Noem. But here's her, like, little dumbass letter. But what do you have here? I guess this is as a result of the fact that Harvard was just like, no, we're not dealing with your fucking bullshit. Fuck you. This administration holding Harvard accountable for fostering violence, anti-Semitism, and coordinating with the Chinese Communist Party on its campus. Evidence? I don't know. This is like these are the same accusations again coming from the stupid ass bitch who doesn't understand what habeas corpus is, who thinks it's like the president's right to like sick goons on people. But whatever. Sure, man. It's a privilege, not a right, for universities to enroll foreign students and benefit from their higher tuition payments to help pad their multi-billion dollar endowments. Hey, you want to know why? Maybe this wouldn't have to be a thing because of Ronald Reagan getting rid of subsidies for universities. But, well, you know. You dumbasses don't want an educated proletariat because an educated proletariat would recognize, like, oh, wow, our government fucking sucks balls. And you guys don't like that very much. But, yeah, sure. Harvard had plenty of opportunity to do the right thing. It refused, rightfully so, because they don't want to trample on their fucking... They actually want to protect their students and don't want to trample on their free speech rights. Unlike you, who doesn't give a fuck about the First Amendment or the fucking Constitution, given all the fucking stupid bullshit you guys are up to. They have lost their student exchange visitor program certification as a result of their failure to adhere to the law. What law did they break? They wanted to protect their students. Okay. Let this serve as a warning to all universities and academic institutions across the country. Let's take a look at this fucking dumbass bimbo's fucking letter, shall we? Why don't we take a look? I'm writing to inform you that effective immediately, Harvard's University Student and Exchange Visitor Program certification is revoked. Is there any... Can she even do this? Is she allowed to do this? You know, is this something that is allowed at all? Because okay. You know, call me cringe or liberal or whatever, but I have a feeling that they're not allowed to do this. Probably with only emergency police powers. So, shaky grounds at best. Cool. As I explained to you in my April letter, it's a privilege to enroll foreign students, and it is also a privilege to employ aliens on campus. What? Okay, whatever. I mean, this is the same dumbass bitch who likes to cosplay around all the fucking time doing all this stupid bullshit saying like, look at me, look at my little fucking cowboy hat, look at how fucking cool and epic I am, my cowboy hat. So, whatever. Whatever this dumbass says, take with an extreme grain of salt, because he's probably lying. All universities must comply with Department of Homeland Security requirements, including reporting requirements under the Student and Exchange Visitor Program regulations to maintain this privilege. Is there any evidence that they haven't done this? Probably not. The only reason why you're doing this is because of spite. You're just mad that Harvard's standing up to you fucking losers. As a result of your refusal to comply with multiple requests to provide the Department of Homeland Security pertinent information while perpetuating an unsafe campus environment that is hostile to Jewish students. Again, we've seen some examples of what's going on in these student protests. There's just no evidence to this whatsoever. They're just in fucking goddamn drum circles doing little chants and stuff. But sure. Promotes pro-Hamas sympathies. Yeah, what's the pro-Hamas sympathy here? Guys, personally, I think that Palestinians shouldn't be turned into mulch. Now, I understand that may be very pro-Hamas, really fucking controversial, looking at you like dumbass fucking slop tubers who may think that I'm like promoting Hamas sympathies here. What I might be saying is a little radical, but I think, personally, just maybe, that murdering a bunch of mostly women, children, refugees, doing constant triple taps on refugee camps, hospitals, schools, mosques, World Heritage Sites, might be illegal, might be against the Geneva Conventions, might constitute war crimes. I don't know, this might be a little radical, because those are all things that Israel has done. Listen, you can cancel me if you want. Go ahead. I'm fucking ready for it. Come at me, you fucking losers. But I think that might be a bad thing. But yeah, this might be a pro-Hamas fucking sympathy. I don't know. Fucking cancel me or whatever. And employs racist diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. You have lost this privilege. You hired too many blacks and not enough whites. I can't believe that you do this, Harvard. I can't believe you're not hiring enough white people. Dude, every time these motherfuckers complain about fucking DEI, they just want DEI in the reverse fucking opposite way. They just want DEI for white people. I don't know, like fucking, how many times do I need to say this about fucking white people? Fuck, skill issue, get better, sucks to suck, you fucking losers, get good. Like, what do you want from me? What do you want from them? It's like, that's not Harvard's problem. Get good? Yeah, get good. The revocation of your Student Exchange Visitor Program certification means that Harvard is prohibited from having any aliens on F or J non-immigrant status for the 2025 to 2026 academic school year. This decertification also means that the existing aliens on F or J non-immigrant status must transfer to another university in order to maintain their non-immigrant status. Wait, they can just go to another university? This seems very, very strange. Again, the evidence that's being presented here of any of Kristi Noem's claims are like, I don't know, like I heard like one dumbass on like Fox News say that we're being treated like stinky poo-poo heads, and they didn't let us into their fucking little drum circles. We're just upset that we weren't invited to the party. Like, honestly, for lack of a better term, I think Zionists are just jealous that nobody wants to hang with them. I'm keeping it $1.50. I think they're just jelly. It's FOMO. They want to get in on the party. They want to get in on the party, but unfortunately, they think that Palestinians are subhuman, so they're not invited to the party. Sucks to suck. I don't know. It's a pretty simple prerequisite to get into the party, Zionists. And that is to think that Palestinians are human beings, okay? I don't know. I don't know. Stop suffering from fucking FOMO or something and just be like, just don't be fucking wretches. How about that? How about them apples? I understand that. I might be being a little radical. But, maybe Just maybe you guys will be invited to the cool kids club if you're not such fucking wretches. But you know, just saying, just saying. This action should not surprise you and is the unfortunate result of Harvard's failure to comply with simple reporting requirements. Again, I don't believe Kristi Noem even for a fucking second. Like, I don't believe her. I do not believe her. On April 16, 2025, I requested records pertaining to non-immigrant students enrolled at Harvard University, including information regarding misconduct and other offenses that would render foreign students inadmissible or removable. On April 30th, 2025, Harvard's counsel provided information that he representative was responsive to my request. It was not. Okay. What standards do you think Kristi Noem had with her fucking request? She's obviously not trustworthy. She's full of shit. She's a grifter. Can't be believed under any circumstance. Also, she's the same bitch who shot her fucking dog, so let's not forget about that. Do you really think that there was a standard that Harvard was ever going to be, like, able to sort of comply with? No. Would they have wanted to comply with it? Probably not as well. So, again, the point of her complaining about, like, oh, they didn't comply with my request, so they can, like, get bent about it. It's just, like, it's stupid. Whatever the fuck. She probably asked, are they Christian and are they white? That's probably what it was, Boy Meets Minnie. So, you know, I don't know. Get bent, Kristi Noem. Get skilled. Maybe she's just jealous that her fucking dog-killing ass can fucking get into Harvard or something. I don't know. Maybe that's the problem. As a courtesy that Harvard was not legally entitled to, the acting DHS General Counsel responded on my behalf and afforded Harvard another opportunity to comply. Harvard again provided an insufficient response. I don't believe her for even a second, but whatever. Consequences must follow to send a clear signal to Harvard and all universities that want to enjoy the privilege of enrolling foreign students that the Trump administration will enforce the law and root out the evils of anti-Semitism and anti-Semitism in society and campuses. Yeah, by stomping on the civil rights of people who actually do care about stopping fucking anti-Semitism, not fucking dumb fuck Zionists like yourself. If Harvard would like the opportunity of regaining student and exchange visitor program certification before the upcoming academic school year, you must provide all the information requested within 72 hours. Something which I assume probably will not be possible. Basically making it an impossibility, but whatever. Please be advised that providing materially false, fictitious, or fraudulent information may subject you to criminal prosecution under whatever the fuck law that is. Other criminal and civil sanctions may also apply. Let's say, okay, hypothetically speaking, okay? Let's say hypothetically. They do provide all the information, you know, in compliance with this law. What do you think is the likelihood that Kristi Noem will just be like, actually, no, this isn't what I want? No. Actually, no. What do you think is the likelihood that happens? I say 100%. Because she can't be trusted. Kristi Noem's a fucking grifter. She believes in nothing. She just only cares about having power. That's it. I expect full and complete responses of the following requests. Any and all records, whether official or informal, in the possession of Harvard University, including electronic records and audio or video footage regarding illegal activity, whether on or off campus, by a non-immigrant student enrolled in Harvard University in the last 5 years? In 72 hours? Oh yeah, can you give us like thousands of hours of footage of you spying on your fucking students, also off campus, making sure that they didn't do any criminal or illegal activity? Yeah, dude, because Harvard's totally gonna fucking have that. Sure, man. Totally. Like, yeah, there's no fucking way Harvard's gonna fuck. This is ridiculous. This is a dumb demand. I believe this is some of the demands, right? As I talked about earlier from in here, right? Yeah, right here. We'll see what the Harvard's response is to this. If in that CNN article there's any response to it. Any and all records, whether official or informal, in the possession of Harvard University, including electronic records or and audio or video footage regarding dangerous or violent activity, whether on or off campus, by a non-immigrant student enrolled in Harvard University in the last 5 years. I get they're not gonna have this, especially the off-campus part. How the fuck are you gonna know that, dude? And within 72 hours, sure, man. Yeah, whatever. These fucking listen. These are the same motherfuckers who had dudes try to justify all their stupid like dumb fuck deportations off of the weakest fucking arguments possible, and literally they were never able to provide any of the evidence that judges were fucking asking for them, saying like, do you have any evidence at all that this immigrant did this fucking crime in particular? We'll try to provide you something. It's like, all right, did you provide something? We gave you like we gave you the time necessary. No. Can we get more time? It's just like, okay, they don't fucking have it. So nice meme, very cool. Any and all records, whether official or informal, in the possession of Harvard University, including electronic records and video, audio, or video footage regarding threats to other students or university personnel, whether on or off campus. Sure. By a non-migrant student or non-immigrant student. Sure, man. Again, because Harvard's going to have all of that because they keep... Again, like, I have a question for, like, conservatives. Do they think, like, universities are, like, constant surveillance states or something? That, like, universities have, like, cameras turned on everywhere, including in, like, the... Like, what is even the standards for what this means? That's, like, another fucking problem. Right? How are they going to find this? How are they going to attain to the standards? Oh, because the point is that these are standards that are impossible to obtain within 72 hours. That's the point, because they want to fucking deport a bunch of people. That's why. Regarding deprivation of rights of other classmates or university personnel, whether on or off campus, by a non-immigrant student. Any and all disciplinary records of non-immigrant students enrolled in Harvard University in the last 5 years. Any and all video or audio footage in the possession of Harvard of any protest activity involving a non-immigrant student on a Harvard University campus in the last 5 years. Why the fuck would you want any protest activity involving non-immigrant students on a Harvard University campus in the last 5 years? Why would you want that? What? So you can fucking send ICE or DHS agents to fucking bash their skulls in for practicing their First Amendment rights? Something that your fucking stupid ass doesn't have an understanding for or care about? Sure, man. Totally. Get the fuck out of here, stupid bitch. Do we have any, any response from Harvard in this? Harvard's... Harvard started, had 72 hours. We read that already. No most demanded in her post. Trump administration has attempted to curtail individual visas for international students, causing confusion on university campuses across the U.S., leading to a wave of lawsuits, of course, which I believe got halted by a federal judge, right, in California. And I believe this is the judge themselves talking about this case. So that's cool. Nothing here. No, nothing here about, like, Harvard's response. But, I mean, it should be fairly obvious and clear that this is a standard that Harvard's never going to be able to obtain, because the point is for Harvard to not to be able to obtain this. Does this make sense? Because they want to deport the fucking people, because they want to fucking make Harvard suffer. And here's the thing, like, are all these fucking international students participating in the protest? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Does the Trump administration know that? Fuck no, they don't fucking know that. But it's all about the callousness and cruelty, because conservatives, they don't give a shit about any of this stuff. So that's cool. They just want to go after fucking migrants because, again, they hate you, and they hate you. That's it. So... given all we've pretty much examined here, this dumbass fucking bitch, this 3 IQ fucking troglodyte, you know, who doesn't even understand what habeas corpus is, so, who thinks it's like an attack order for like a guard dog within that the president has the ability to do for some fucking reason because she's a stupid bitch. But whatever. Quite literally is trying to like make demands of Harvard for basically nothing because the Trump administration is just mad about the fact that Harvard's pushing back on their bullshit, saying like, yeah, we don't agree with anything that you guys are doing. We vehemently disagree with this, and that's our free speech rights, and you can get bent about it because, again, like I've said before, conservatives hate the Constitution. They fucking hate that document, folks. Let me tell you, conservatives could give less of a fuck about the Constitution. So, you know, as expected of Kristi Noem, she's just a nice little fucking lapdog for fucking power. That's all that she ever has been. That's all that she ever will be. And she's carrying out her orders to the letter, like the little fucking dog that she is. You know, just a wretched little fucking human being. Nothing really much else to say here besides just a fucking absolute fucking wretch.